Hey guys, did want to make a video. That's what I thought for D30 by the way, if you don't know me. Yeah, I did want to share something, thoughts that I have, feelings that I have about games I'm running right now. Well, with a question, what is a good game of role-playing games? I think we all kind of answer these questions frequently in different angles. It's a question that's been asked since day one, many years ago. But right now, I'm into a kind of good mood game, okay? I'm running a game mostly weekly, okay? Very short sessions. I already told you about this campaign. It's run with the D30 game system, using the RPGS super setting, as the background, okay? And recently, in their most recent sessions, I really got the feel that we were into a good role-playing game session. It wasn't exactly the case before. It was good. It was great. I was hooked from day one. But the last two sessions, something got upgraded in the game, and I can point out that this is a good game. This is a good role playing. This is a good game. We're getting together. We're getting to it. What do we have into this game? Well, I have pretty good players. What makes them good? They are involved in their characters. Yes, they're really involved, okay? In their own way, they're running their characters very differently, all the three of them. But they're good players, they're invested, they're playing character. That makes it natural, okay? They have quite interesting interactions between the three of them. I have currently 3 players. I had a guest players for 4 sessions, and I might have some more guests in the future. It's planned out in the campaign that some guest appearance will come. But basically, the trio of players has a high level of interaction, and it's going higher and higher. It's going better and better. And they're kind of, good players. They're kind of throwing themselves some lines, some events. They're throwing them. It's a good game of ping pong between them, and yeah, they kind of catch the ball and rethrow it, and the good way at the right person at the right moment. The interaction is very good, okay? I have one of the player will be more the side of acting out the character to its fullest. He's playing a kobold, and he's making the voice. Okay, he decided that he had the voice, and it's very funny, and he will get more to the feelings, okay, of the kobolds, what he's getting through a little more, and he will be more on that side. When he interact with NPCs, he will try to get them by the heart. I have another one playing some sort of a mage, priest mage, okay? Very good on acting out his character. He will physically act out what his character will do. If he says that he's getting a parchment hidden somewhere, you will see him on screen, rolling out the piece of paper and hiding it somewhere. If he has to be stealthy, he will get a piece of clothing to get stealthy on screen. That's very funny. And he will really react well to everything we will throw at him. He's fast. He's a fast thinker, and it's very good to play with him, okay? He will he will simply roll with everything you will throw at him, and he will do it very well. And also, he's a very strategic player, okay? He's already a game master, played a lot of D&D in the strategic way, but it just doesn't come in the way of his good way of playing. The other one is very good thinker, okay? He will act back at the right moment. He will have a great interaction with the two others. He's playing some sort of the fighter of the group. So yeah, and he's playing it very well, you know, kind of poker-faced guy, very dangerous fighter. You don't mess with him, and you kind of feel it through the screen. You know, what is good about this player? He kind of remembers lots of details. Something I've played some games with this guy before, and you know, I remember that he was a kind of guy who was pointing out many details, and you know, which makes which shows me that he has interest in whatever is going on. Okay, so a very good group of players helps make a great role-playing game. What is good about the game? Well, we're getting involved more with the plot itself. After 10 sessions, you know, we kind of know what is going around. We kind of know of the place, which was not the case when we started out, you know, because RPGs was new to the players, those kingdoms anyways. And even for me, in a sense, you know, I've never played them, so I had to kind of find my place into those kingdoms, trying to find out my leads, my own kicks, okay, into running into those settings. And yeah, what made this role-playing game good? Well, I'm taking a lot of notes as a GM. I'm not plotting out that much each sessions. I might plot out maybe some possible encounters, maybe say, okay, today they're in that place and they might encounter that monster, okay, stuff like that. I do take a lot of notes, and I think the best note taker I ever had in my life was just the fact that we stream on YouTube and it's on my channel. So guess what, I'm listening the most these times around. I don't listen much to random RPG videos. You know, probably 95% of what I'm consuming on YouTube since the start of the campaign is the campaign itself. And I'm crazy like that, but I kind of rewatch it. You know, when I finish up a session with the guys, the next day or the upcoming days, depending on the time I have to watch videos, I kind of rewatch the last game, okay? And after that, between that, I just got back to where I was so far with rewatching all of the series. And if I can, the day of the game, I kind of rewatch the last game, well, the two last games, if I can. Not always possible, but sometimes it works. And so I'm always connected with what is going on. And what makes this game good is that it feels alive, okay? Because I'm really into it as a GM. Okay, I have all the strings I can pull to make it happen, okay? And to try to get out of the hat something that is connected. Everything that you know, everything that is going on, and you know, the bad stuff that is going on in the kingdoms and the world, kind of as some sort of an evolution, a very organic one, and the players through their characters are witnessing it, and what they do have an impact, and sometimes the impact has a rebound a couple of sessions later, and all comes up naturally, okay? For now, you know, they're kind of the first, you know, so far we have done 11 sessions, and so far we're kind of in the same region of the map, so more or less, you know, the same country. It's a big country, but nevertheless, still some of the stuff can have impact from one session to another, even if it's a little far away. At some point they will get way farther than that, so maybe not in their direct impact, okay? They will be detached from what is going on, but nevertheless it feels alive, and I kind of able to pull it because I'm just connected to that. I do take notes about NPCs, I do take notes about the places, just to have seen. And I have a tool that I have found on Google. It's called Google Jamboard, which is some sort of a virtual whiteboard while I could post, post-its on it, and I write stuff. Okay, I kind of prepare the stuff, and I kind of write the name of an NPC that is important and what is his goal on a small piece of paper. And if it changes, I can add a paper. I can modify what's on the paper. I can make lines between the papers. Okay, yeah, and it's very enjoyable, in fact, to work like that, because I'm just connected to the world itself and what might be coming up for the rest of the world outside of the PCs. And at some point the players will get somewhere and they will see the result of what is going on, of the world moving, okay, and they will have to interact with that. What makes that a role-playing game? Well, like I said at the start of the video, more or less a sense of camaraderie that is taking its place. Okay, sense of camaraderie that is taking its place. There were mostly 3 strangers to start with. I knew all the 3 of them. That why they ended up in my game is that these were players. 2 of them asked me to join a game at some point. I would be interested to play with you, and since I've played with them before, I found their style interesting. I said, yeah, okay, so why not? I recruited them. The time slot was perfect for them, and the other one is someone I recruited who gladly accepted to get in the game. But we were kind of strangers at the start, but now we have our our routine. Okay, mostly every week we get together to play. A small session, I must say, but and there's a sense of camaraderie. Okay, there are pranks that are being planted at some point, and that will come up later. We're kind of more at ease with the dynamic of the table. We're quite on it when it comes to in-game stuff. We're quite and we're quite pleased with how out-of-game stuff will come up, and we're comfortable with the fact that we might come with things that are out of game, that are meta gaming, and all sort of stuff is kind of happening around the table, all mixed together, but we're having fun. Okay, why it's a good game? Well, we're getting a grip on the game system. At first was a little hard, even though this was a game system D30 that I have tried before. I had a good idea on how it works, but didn't have a lot of practice with it. Starting a game, we stumbled upon the rules a couple of times. Most of the time I was able just to fudge my way out and just get the game continuing. Sometimes I was feeling that it was okay to open the book at that moment and maybe pause the game for a moment just to find the right way to handle a situation. And it was a learning curve for all of us. After 11 sessions, I still have some holes in my knowledge of the game, but it's more easy to fill them up. It's really more fluid, and I'm very pleased that the players are looking at the rule book once in a while, okay? Because sometimes they point out stuff that I haven't saw, and so I'm pleased to see that they're getting interest into the game system, which helps the game a lot. Yeah. So many things make that games, and it upgraded. We kind in the 2 last games we laughed a lot, but a lot. Okay, the sense of we're being casual about it, even though we're invested into the story, but we're at the same time casual, and we can laugh about stuff and have a good laugh. And yeah, so I'm glad that we have reached this point, the point that many of you and many of my own games have reached. But sometimes it's hard to get there if you kind of not be able to keep some kind of a pace. Okay, I think that because we're mostly regular makes it happen. Okay, you know, one of the downside of this campaign is that we play an average of 90 minutes per sessions. It's not a lot, it's very short, and it's a little challenge to manage as a game master if I want to keep the things moving. If I try to have a good cliffhanger, which I don't achieve every time, but most of the time I'm pleased that I had good cliffhangers, so which make suspended the game at the level of tension, which makes the player wants to come back the week after. So these are very short sessions, but I believe with the experiment I'm running now, I think it's better to have something very regular like that, which really helps getting the camaraderie and that fluidity. Okay, we might not have the satisfaction of having a 3-hour sessions every week, but at least we're there every week and looking forward to what's next. It's just, we don't get much done in the campaign every time. The campaign seems slow at some time, but I can help it. If I want to make interesting 90 minutes chunks of adventure, I don't have any choices but to pace it that way. Yeah, that is one of the downside. What else? Sometimes I might lose the grip as a GM of what is going on. It's online. Sometimes I do realize it when I listen back, but sometimes players say something to me and I just don't hear them because I'm concentrated on something else, because I'm looking up something, I'm preparing the next encounter, and I'm looking my notes, and sometimes I just don't hear them. Because there are some chatters, there might be any reasons, and there were moments where I just trying to improve myself to listen more, maybe describe less to let the player talk, but some of the descriptions I feel that they need to be completed because they're visiting new places, and sometimes they need to know what it looks like. Well, but I'm trying to improve, which makes a good role-playing game. Okay, yeah. So I'm into a good game. Okay, I'm really into a good game this time around. I'm really digging into it. The game deserves my time and my love, and I'm hoping every time that the players enjoy it, that I have put forward some of the kicks that the players will enjoy. Not always possible, but sometimes in 90 minutes you don't have the time to get out everything you would want, so you keep it for the session after. Something funny about, by the fact that these are short sessions, it really feels like a novel with short chapters. Every game session feels like a chapter of a novel. The quality of the interaction of the players and everything of that, really feels like a story. When I listen back to the sessions, I'm really having a blast. And from session 1, even though we were not at ease with every aspect of the game, knowing each other as players, knowing the game system, the setting, even though with that the players were good enough to take their place, take their hold into what they wanted to be into that campaign. And even session 1 feels like home. Okay, feels like right on the spot from session 1. And I don't listen to the first session as being a tryout session. It was the real thing from session 1. You know, the only thing that shows up that is a first session is that I'm stumbling. Well, we are all stumbling on, you know, points about the rules. Okay, some precisions and you know some yeah. Okay, kind of being stuck in how the rules work. But sorry. But yeah, it was long, eh? And I'm sure I haven't told you anything new, okay? And I haven't told it. And it's not the first time that I talk about why this is good, but I felt the need to just share it with you guys. And yeah, have a talk with that. You can make the response and all this stuff. But I'm just happy with the game I'm having right now, and yeah, I'm looking forward to get this through. And this campaign would have an ending at some point. So I want to make every session count, every session, and I want to enjoy it. And I want to live the adventure every time up to the end, because that's going on right now, right? So that's all I had to say to you guys today. So see you then. Goodbye.